According to the Injury Facts 2003 edition, in 2002 there were 99,500 unintentional deaths in the United States. Almost half of those deaths were the result of motor vehicle accidents, which was almost 44,000. There is a death caused by a motor vehicle crash every 12 seconds, and there's a disabling injury caused to a motor vehicle accident every 14 seconds. According to the National Highway Traffic and Safety Administration, also known as NHTSA, independent research report proved that seatbelts save an estimated 13,000 lives in the U.S. today. The NHTSA estimated that 7,000 of these U.S. car accident fatalities would have been avoided if the victims had been wearing their seatbelts. The purpose of this speech is to persuade the audience to wear safety belts. Seatbelts are an accepted part of motor vehicle operation for millions of drivers and passengers, but millions of other vehicle driver and passengers put their lives in danger every day by not using them. So why do you think people are choosing not to wear seatbelts? People are so busy these days that they think that they don't have time to put on their seatbelts. Some people believe that seatbelts do more harm than good. And also, some people believe that seatbelts make them feel like they're pent up in the car. According to the Virginia Department of Fire Program's Rescue Student Manual, a motor vehicle accident goes through a series of 4 events. The first event being the vehicle collision, which is the first stage, when the vehicle strikes another vehicle or an object, and the vehicle comes to a sudden stop. The second stage is when body collision occurs. This is when an unrestrained occupant or passenger strikes the dashboard or other interior of the vehicle. The third is organ collision, which results from the compression and deceleration of the body as the collision occurs. The secondary collision is the fourth and final stage of a vehicle crash. This occurs when the occupant is either thrown from the vehicle or struck by other occupants of the vehicle. The basic idea of a seatbelt is simple. It keeps the driver in the vehicle and minimizes the risk of injury due to collision or impact from other things when the car comes to a sudden stop. During a crash, properly fastened seatbelts distribute forces of rapid deceleration over large and stronger parts of your body. The seatbelt stretches slightly to slow the body down and to increase the stopping distance. According to the Virginia Department of Motor Vehicles, there are 2 types of seatbelt laws in the United States: primary enforcement and secondary enforcement laws. In Virginia, we are under secondary enforcement seatbelt law, which means if you're pulled over, you can only be ticketed for a seatbelt violation if you're pulled over for a primary violation first. Which means if you're pulled over for speeding and you're not wearing your seatbelt, then they can ticket you. Primary enforcement law means that a motorist can be cited for a ticket just primarily on seatbelt alone, for not having your seatbelt on it alone. According to a new study of the National Transportation Safety Board, more than 12,000 people needlessly died since 1995 due to the failure of states to enact the primary seatbelt law. NHTSA has documented that a primary seatbelt law increases the use of seatbelts. For Virginia, NHTSA has projected that the primary seatbelt law would increase usage by up to 10%. There are many reasons why people should wear their seatbelts. For example, we all pay higher healthcare and insurance costs because of the injuries which are caused due to automobile accidents. Failure to buckle your seatbelt contributes to more fatalities than any other traffic safety-related behavior. Number 3, according to the National Safety Council, if every state adopted a primary seatbelt law, we would save 1,900 lives per year, and prevent 49,000 injuries, and save Americans $3 billion in healthcare, taxes, and insurance costs alone. As with any safety system, however, seatbelt performance is dependent on proper use and fit. Here are some tips from Progressive Auto Insurance to ensure that seatbelts provide safety for your passengers. Always wear your seatbelt and insist that your passengers do the same. Never slip the diagonal strap behind your body, the strap which comes across your chest. The lap and shoulder are to be used in conjunction to provide maximum protection for the occupant. The lap belt alone cannot save you from being ejected from the vehicle. Make sure your belt fits snugly against your body. And if your seatbelt does not operate correctly, get the seatbelt fixed at a qualified repair shop. In conclusion, seatbelts save an estimated of 9,500 lives in the U.S. alone each year. Your life and the life of your passengers are nothing to play with. Always wear your seatbelt and don't become a statistic. Thank you.